So we are here together again on Unacademy YouTube's live session. The name of the channel is Unacademy Eloquence. So before I begin, I want everyone to just like, comment, and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel. So going by the anthem, let's crack it. Yes. As I always say that here at Unacademy, we believe in the motto let's crack it, wherein we are able to crack through all the problems and the difficulties in the path of IELTS examination. And today we are going to talk about one very important, very uh, difficult in a way, tenses, a topic which actually threatens so many. But let's decode, let's understand what are they, and moreover, we are going to focus only on simple present and present continuous tenses, because it's always better to learn step by step. So we will understand different uses, where to use them, how to form their structures, so that they stay in our mind for a longer period of time. So I want everyone to pour in their comments side by side and also share their views or any doubts they have regarding tenses. We can discuss about it. Okay, so let's crack it and let's begin the class. Yes. Okay, you can also join me on my LinkedIn channel. My name is Aastha Arya and I'm an academy educator. So you can drop in your messages. You can also drop in your comments and messages over here under the video so that we can be in touch, and you can also ask your other doubts. Okay, so let's begin with the class. Today we are going to talk about simple present and present continuous tenses. Now, what are tenses actually? When we talk about tenses, we must understand that there are 12 major big tenses, three times like past, present, and future. Four aspects are there, such as simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Tenses play a very important and integral role. The sun rises in the east. Yeah, we are going to discuss examples and then we are going to the structure and forms, right? So in that case, we are using simple present tense. If we are telling directions and instructions, in that case, we use simple present tense, such as turn right at the corner, walk for 50 meters, then take a U-turn. So all these directions and instructions are in simple present tense. Now, generally, when we read newspapers, we see that we come across different headlines, different subheadings. They are most of the times in simple present tense, such as stock market falls to all-time low. So this is one announcement, one headline, which is written in simple present tense. Now, if we are talking about some present stories, okay, I am describing that event but in a manner which is in present tense. How do I do that? So I open the door and what do I see but a policeman in a pink uniform? So I am describing that it could be something which had happened, but I am describing in a present manner, in a present story. So when I open the door, I see this and I am shocked. So that is how you are using simple present tense in various contexts. And then the most common use of simple present tense is general or permanent situations. For example, if I say, what do frogs eat? Okay, so it means I am asking something which is general. Okay, what do you eat in your breakfast? Something which is permanent. So he or she might reply that I eat so and so dishes. It could be permanent. Or someone could say, well, I can eat anything, I'm very flexible. Okay, the sky is blue. That's a permanent situation. Yes, it may turn hazy, gray, cloudy, smoky in some moments, but generally it is blue. or the water flows from the tap. So that's something which is general. Karen works in a supermarket. A stable position is being talked about, so it's a general truth. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Again, a general truth we are pointing towards. Now, the other most common use is repeated actions. For example, if I say, I play golf every Wednesday. So, this action is repeated every Wednesday. Then, yes, we are using present simple to describe it. It can be also synonymous with something like something if I follow as my hobby. Okay, I paint whenever I feel sad. I always paint in the afternoon. I go to music classes in the evening. So this is something which is repeated as well as a hobby which I pursue. She goes home on weekends. We meet on Tuesdays. Okay? So this is one important use of present simple, that what is repeated is spoken in simple present tense, right? Now I will take you to the structure so as to focus how do we form such tenses, right? Now, if we talk about positive, negative, and interrogative sentences, interrogative means the questions. So, how do I form that? I talk. I do not talk. Do I talk? Similarly, when I'm speaking about you, how do I say you talk, you do not talk, do you talk? So here I am using the helping verb do so as to make a negative sentence. I talk, I do not talk. So not is supported by the helping verb do. Okay? Similarly, we can practice other forms like we talk, we do not talk. They talk, they do not talk. And when such statements are made into questions, the helping verb comes in the beginning. And how does it sound? Do I talk? Do you talk? Do we talk? Do they talk? So one thing we generalize from here is we use do with I, you, we, and they. But when we talk about he, she, it, we always use does to form a negative sentence. Okay, does is the helping verb. And in the verb also one s gets added, such as he talks, she talks, it talks. We do not say he talk, she talk, it talk. That will be incorrect usage. So he talks, he does not talk. She talks, she does not talk. It talks, it does not talk. And what is the interrogative form? Does he talk? Does she talk? Does it talk? Now, one thing to be focused on is that when I am forming the plurals, I'm forming third person singular, I'm adding s to the base forms such as talk, talks, sit, sits, walk, walks. But there are some cases when I'm changing the spellings, and where do I do them? Verbs ending in a consonant plus y, such as try, hurry. In that case, the y changes to I and we add an es, such as try becomes tries, hurry becomes hurries, and the spellings also change. Whereas the verbs which end in o, s, z, x, ch, and sh, we add es, such as miss becomes misses, fix becomes fixes, wash, washes, and watch becomes watches. So this is how we form the third person singular, okay? And I want you to focus on these aspects. So when I'm saying I work, we work, this is, as I said, affirmative or positive sentences. Then we have negative sentences in which we have inserted don't and doesn't. Now, one thing need to be noticed. You're saying he works, but then when you change into negative, you say he does not work. That case, we are not using s with the verb. Why? because does already contains one S. So we never say he does not works. We say he does not work. She does not work. Okay? In that case. So now let's quickly understand some typical errors which students commit, such as she walked to school every day. There's an error. He not like to watch TV. Where lives your father? She go often to Paris. She does not likes football. So we can identify the typical errors and we can come out towards the conclusion of the answers, like the answers are she walks to school every day. He does not like to watch TV. We have not used he doesn't likes because does already contains an S. So we say he does not like to watch TV. Where does your father live? She often goes to Paris. She does not like football. So these were simple present tense with examples. And now let's understand present continuous or present progressive tenses. Okay, I really want you to quickly pour in your comments, and you can also write your doubts even after the video. You can write your doubts and I'll clarify it for you. You can also join me on LinkedIn so that we can interact, and you can also follow me on Unacademy and subscribe using the code AASTHA and avail 10% discount. Now, when we talk about present continuous tenses, we understand, before I go into this definition, what am I doing right now? I am talking. I am smiling. I am looking at the webcam. I am teaching. You all are listening. You are studying. So something which goes on in the present moment, in layman language we use it, we call it present continuous tense. And how do we form it? We use ing with the verb, okay, as you can see in the PPT, and we use helping verb to support it. I am watching, I am smiling, I am teaching. So am here becomes my helping verb, and learn plus ing is the form verb plus ing. We all have been using it, we just need to be more conscious about these tenses. And then when I have to make it negative, I will say, I am not learning. He is learning. He is not learning. She is learning. She is not learning. They are learning. So I use are with they. We use are with we. Are they learning? This is the way I form interrogative sentence. What am I doing? I'm picking up the helping verb and putting it in the beginning. Okay? Hi Nikhil. You can ask your doubts related to tenses. Okay? Now, what are the different forms? I am singing. I am not singing. And the question is, am I singing? You are singing. You are not singing. Are you singing? We are singing. We are not singing. Are we singing? They are singing. They are not singing. Are they singing? So in all these cases except for I, we have used the helping verb are. And when we are using the negative form, when we are making it to a negative question form, we are saying you are not singing. So are not can also be contracted and spoken as aren't. Okay, A-R-E-N apostrophe T. So there comes the role of apostrophe also. And similarly, we say he is singing, he is not singing, is he singing? She is singing, she is not singing, is she singing? It is singing, it is not singing, is it singing? So this is how present continuous tenses are formed. Now, where do we use present continuous tenses? Now, some children understand how to make continuous tenses, like yes, we have to add ing, we must have helping verb. Now, what are the different contexts in which we can use present continuous tense? That's the question. So present continuous tenses are used, number one, to talk about an action that is in progress at the time of speaking. Right now, I am talking to you. Hi, Pachu. Good evening. Okay, so we are discussing about tenses and you can ask your questions. So right now we're talking about present continuous tenses, right? Right now, what am I doing? I am smiling. I am teaching. I am looking at my laptop. I am doing some work. So this is an action that is in the progress at the time I am speaking. So the number one use of present continuous tense is this. Number two, we use present continuous tense to talk about a temporary action that is not necessarily in the progress at the time of speaking. For example, I am reading a book, these days. I'm reading a good book. It means it is not in progress at the time I'm speaking, but in general, in my life, it is in progress. Okay? Yes, good evening, good evening. Fine. So that is how I'm using my present continuous tense. Number three, to emphasize very frequent actions. That's great. You have finished your dinner. That's lovely. Okay, great. Let me read some messages. Yes. So we are talking about to emphasize. Where are we using present continuous tense? The third use is we use it to emphasize very frequent actions. And we often use it with the word always. How do we say that? She is biting her nails. In that case, I am emphasizing something which happens very, very frequently. He is always complaining about his life. So that's again a continuous tense. But again, some people have misconception that we always use continuous tense for actions which are going on at one point of time, like I'm teaching right now, I am speaking right now. So some people think that it's only present continuous tense which will happen that time. No, there are different uses also of present continuous tense. So I am emphasizing very frequent actions. She is always biting her nails. Number four, to describe developing situations. The weather is turning cold, and it actually is turning cold. So if I'm saying, oh my god, my hands are turning cold because of this cold weather, so it is present continuous tense. So I am using it to describe some situation which is developing. For example, you came home late and you thought, my father is getting angry now. So it means that is a situation which is developing. Okay. Number five, we use present continuous tenses to refer to a regular action around a point of time. Hi Florence, it's a pleasure to see you here in the live class, and we are discussing tenses today, present continuous tenses. Great. So you can write your comments, you can ask your doubts, and we'll discuss about it. Okay? So we are talking about present continuous tenses, that how we use them in different situations and context. So number fifth use of present continuous is to refer to a regular action around a point of time. I repeat, we use present continuous to refer to a regular action which happens regularly around a point of time. For example, he is usually working at this time. He is usually working. So it means it's a regular action. We could have said it, he usually works till 9 o'clock. That will be simple present tense. But if we are describing it around a point of time, we can also say he is usually working at this time. His health is going to terrible. No, his health is going to get terrible. Okay? You missed out the word get, Pachu. Otherwise, the sentence was fine. Right? So, what are the other uses of present continuous tense? It could be something which is happening or not happening right now. Okay, he is usually reading in the morning at 6 o'clock. Yes, that's absolutely correct sentence. He is usually reading in the morning at 6 o'clock. Fine. Now what happens? Something which is not happening right now is also present continuous tense, which we call as the negative sentences. For example, I am saying, I am not eating right now. So, am I eating right now? No. I am speaking, I am smiling, I am teaching, we are interacting. But we are not playing right now. We are not dancing right now. So, something which is not happening. Okay? So, what are the examples? You are not swimming now. Are you sleeping? Yes. If I am saying, are you sleeping? I am sitting. I am not standing. So something which is happening and something which is not happening. They are reading their books. Okay? And now I can change that into questions, into interrogative forms. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing your homework? Okay? So something which you are doing, which you are not doing, it could be said in positive, negative, or interrogative. Yes, Pachu? So many students are coming. Great. Okay, so that's a comment or that's a sentence. Fine. So, but that's actually a continuous sentence. It means the situation is developing, right? So many students are coming. Now, so this is the way we are to frame present continuous tense. We must understand where we are using them. Okay? Now, the next common use is, yes, Florence, you can add as many friends as you want. You can share this link, this live link, and I take live classes almost every day. So I'll keep you updated about it, and you can obviously share with as many people as you want so that we all can learn and take benefit of this course. Okay? Yes, Paju. We are not singing now, but we are reading with top educator now. Okay, that's a very nice sentence. I'm impressed. Now, the next common use is something we are doing but not right now. Okay, for example, all of these sentences can be said. Now, imagine we are having a dinner over here, we are chilling, and we are just talking, we are having conversation. I am not studying to be a vet anymore. And you know what happens when you're generally talking to each other? You are telling purpose of life, your aim of life, that I'm doing these things these days. Well, I think I'm learning music these days. Are you learning at that particular moment? No. Is that action happening at the time of speaking? No. But something which is happening in your life, you describe that in present continuous tense. Okay? So something which is not happening, that also you describe. So how do you say that? Well, I'm not studying to be a vet anymore. Vet is an animal doctor. I'm not pursuing that course now. I have changed my interest. Now I am learning music. So something which is going on in your life, you describe it using present continuous tense. Okay, do let me know whether these things are getting clear to you or not. If you have any doubts, do give me the feedback. Okay, yes. Now, the second example could be, I changed my major and now I am studying to be a dentist. So it means you have changed your goal in life. That's perfect. You used past tense for that. But something which you are doing right now in your life, I am studying to be a dentist. You describe that in present continuous tense. My brother is going to night school to train for a new position at his job. Something which your brother is doing these days, you describe in present continuous tense. I am reading a really wonderful self-help book. Okay, I am, for example, reading Amish Tripathi's Ravana these days. I have completed two, but now I'm reading. So this is something which I'm reading. I might not read it every single day, but in general life, I am reading. And then I am planning to complete it by next month. This is also present continuous tense, which is pointing towards the future action. I am planning. Very good, Florence. You're listening and discussing with your family. That's wonderful. Okay? So when you're talking about something which will happen in future, well, I am planning to become a doctor. That is present continuous tense pointing towards the future action. So there are different uses wherein we use the present continuous tense. Okay? So you all can connect with me on LinkedIn also and drop me a message over there so that we can talk, we can interact. And I'm also shortly going to launch my Telegram channel. We will be able to connect over there. You can drop me your messages on Facebook also, and you can subscribe and follow me on Unacademy using my code ASTHA, AASTHA, and also get a 10% discount. I'm going to launch two courses on Unacademy, one on vocabulary and speaking, and second on the grammar, right? And so let's stay connected this way. And moreover, I want a lot of people to comment and share this video so that I also get a feedback on what you have understood. And tomorrow we meet again at 9 p.m. sharp on this YouTube channel, and we discuss about present perfect and present perfect continuous tenses. Okay, my name is Astha and I am your educator signing off for today. Bye bye. And do write your doubts so that we can talk and discuss about it. Okay, thank you so much and good night.